Today we're making my sourdough Cheez-Its, and once you try these, you might never go back to the store-bought version ever again. They're perfectly crispy, super cheesy, and made with simple, real ingredients you can feel good about, especially for your little ones. This recipe is such an easy way to use up your sourdough discard, so nothing goes to waste and it comes together with just a few pantry staples. If you're looking for a budget-friendly snack that tastes even better than the box kind, you're going to love this one. So grab your sourdough starter and let's get started. For today's recipe, you will need cheddar cheese, all-purpose flour, sourdough discard, garlic powder, salt, onion powder, and unsalted butter. First, I'm going to grab my food processor. You do not need a food processor for this recipe, but it does make it super easy. Another alternative is a stand mixer or just mixing it by hand. To our food processor, we're going to add our cheddar cheese. Now for the best flavor, I love using a sharp cheddar cheese. However, you can mix and match. You could try some Asiago, some Parmesan, whatever you have on hand, but freshly shredded is best. So to the bowl, we're going to add 200 grams or 8 ounces, about 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. Next, we're going to add our sourdough discard. You can use active sourdough starter, just make sure you use the same amount in grams. We're going to add 100 grams or a third a cup of sourdough discard. To the bowl, we're going to add 42 grams or 3 tablespoons of cold cubed unsalted butter. Next, we're going to add 140 grams or 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And here's where the flavor comes in. You're going to need some garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. Feel free to customize it as well. I've had followers share that they add some paprika or some Tabasco for a little extra heat. You do what your favorites are. So lastly, we're going to add 1 gram or 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 gram and 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and 3 grams and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let's pop on the lid. And we're going to mix until the dough resembles like a wet sand texture. And if need be, stop and scrape the sides of the bowl just to make sure everything gets incorporated. Alright, so this is exactly what we're looking for. As you can see, it's pretty crumbly in texture, but when you press it together, you want it to form that dough. And that's when you know you're ready. So what I like to do is I'm just going to dump out my dough on my clean work surface. And then I'm just going to press the dough to create a dough ball. And as you see, it comes together really quickly. And don't leave any bits behind. Then cover up our dough ball with some plastic wrap. We're going to chill the dough in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Be sure not to skip this step. This makes rolling out the dough super easy. Now that our dough has chilled, we're going to lightly flour our work surface here. And remove the plastic wrap. Now we're going to roll the dough super thin, about 1/8 of an inch or so. Think the thinner the cracker, the crunchier it's going to be. And just to make sure that your dough is not sticking to your work surface, you can add just another little sprinkle of flour. Continue to check to make sure that the dough is not sticking, and continue to roll. In order to get that classic cracker look, we are going to cut our dough into an 8x8 square. I'm cutting it 8x8 so that every single piece can fit perfectly on the baking sheet. So I'm just going to use my ruler here, and then with a sharp knife, or I'm going to use a pizza cutter, I'll cut it along here. Now we're going to divide the dough into 1-inch strips. Using the ruler, I'm just eyeing where the 1 inch is. Perfect. Just know they don't have to be a perfect square in order for them to be super tasty. Then just rotate the dough and do the exact same thing. If you like sourdough recipes like this one, be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell. That way you always know whenever a new video is posted. Now we have 64 perfect little crackers. In order for the heat of the oven to get all sides of the crackers and for them to be super crunchy, we're going to spread them out on our baking sheet about 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch apart. And continue to do that with the rest of the crackers. You want to make sure to roll the dough out consistently. Don't have any like thin bits, otherwise those will cook faster than the rest of the crackers. So again, try to keep everything super consistent. To prevent the crackers from puffing up while they're baking, we're going to dock each cracker. I just like to take a toothpick and then in the center, just create a little hole, and that should be good. This would be the perfect little job for little hands in the kitchen. And for a last touch of saltiness, I like to sprinkle on a little flaky salt just before popping it into the oven. Let's pop these into a 350-degree oven for about 18 to 22 minutes or until the crackers are golden and crisp. While those crackers bake, I'm going to re-roll and do the exact same thing for the next batch. Once the crackers have baked, you're going to take them out of the oven and allow them to come to room temperature. As they cool, they'll get even more crispy. Just listen to this crunch. Cheesy and crunchy. And just like that, you have homemade sourdough Cheez-Its. Crispy, cheesy, and made with simple, real ingredients you can feel good about. Honestly, once I started making these at home, I realized how easy they are and how quickly they disappear, especially with my little ones around. I love that this is one of those snacks you can feel good about serving, and it's such a simple way to use up your sourdough discard instead of tossing it. I definitely recommend making a double batch because I promise you these won't last. If you enjoyed these sourdough Cheez-Its, make sure to check out the full recipe below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! First try.